What's up, everybody? Welcome to Podcast Now Plus. I'm Alex, and this week I want to talk about if we could get a Gravity Rush 3 on the PlayStation 5. Now, this is a game that, if you're watching the channel, if you watch the channel for a little while, you've watched Podcast Now, you probably don't know that I like this game. I think I've made like one or two videos about it in the past. I actually adore the Gravity Rush franchise. I think it's so special, so different, and I truly, coming from my own opinion, I really do want this game on the PS5, and, going back several years to when Gravity Rush 2 came out, this was a game that I thought was amazing. I truly do actually believe Gravity Rush 2 is an amazing game. I played it. It was actually, this year, 2020, I've done a really good job of going back, playing any games, a lot of games actually, that I haven't played either ever, or I played a little bit of and I never actually beat, or replaying games and beating them. I have a really hard time beating games, and the longer the game, the less percentage of a chance that I'm going to beat it, okay? Gravity Rush 2 was actually one of the only games back then, I believe that was 2017, that I actually did play all the way through, put in like 35 hours in that game, and really enjoyed my time with it. I thought it was an amazing game. And back then, I believe the creator and the director of that studio had said that a Gravity Rush 3 would only be possible, and he would only ever think about it when the next generation of consoles came out. And there's also the other side of things that, well, this is a PlayStation exclusive game. Okay, remember, Gravity Rush was a PS Vita game, and then Gravity Rush 2 came out on PS4, and the games have not sold all that well. It's a franchise that pretty much survives based off of, I'm assuming it's because the budget isn't very big to make these games, because they sell good enough, right, where they can break even or maybe make a little bit of money back, and also the fact that there is a passionate group out there that will support these games, right? You even had Cat in PlayStation All-Stars. Remember the Battle Royale game? Cat was a DLC character there. So you have basically PlayStation still trying to keep Cat alive, keep Gravity Rush alive, because I do think, is it the most important franchise for them? No. Is it even in like the top 10 or 15? No, but I think it is a very special kind of game that's just very different. It's an example of one of these Japanese kind of games that, yes, it is going to kind of turn off a lot of people. I think a lot of people that are going to play a game like Gravity Rush, or just play Gravity Rush, right, but aren't into those kind of games, they're not going to play them. They're going to turn it off and be like, it's just not for me. I've always prided myself, honestly, as a person that is willing to give any kind of game a chance. There's very few games that I won't ultimately give a chance to. I ultimately believe that a lot of these games do deserve chances, and I actually gave it a chance on the Vita. So I owned a Vita. I still own a Vita, actually. It's in my room, and I have Gravity Rush on there, and I didn't play it very much at all. I played just a little of it, maybe a couple hours, honestly, but I really liked what they were doing, and then with Gravity Rush 2, I jumped in, and again, absolutely adored it, and this time played through beginning to end, did a lot, not all of them, but did most of like the side things, side missions. I think I did almost all the side missions, not all the collectible stuff like that, the challenges, but I did as much as I possibly could. And like I said, the game is very special, and the game got very highly reviewed. The game was very much loved, even from the people that played this game. People really liked it, but again, it did not sell very well. Now, there's no numbers officially out on it, but again, it all comes down to the point of, is the game worth it, basically, to continue? Now, again, when talking about the PS5, whenever you jump from a console generation to the next one, and I have said this in the past, you basically are giving all franchises like a fresh slate, because you're going to have, or like a clean slate, right? Because you're going to have people that didn't get the PS4 that are going to get the PS5. You have people, and I'm only talking about play, because there is obviously in reverse situations, right? You have people that don't have the Xbox One that would get the Series X. You have Xbox One people that'll get the PS5. You have PS4 people that'll get the Xbox Series X. There'll be jumps, but that's the whole point, is you're going to have not only the majority of people that already had your system, but you also have a bunch of new people. And from a console perspective, from literally like the technology, it's a new jump in technology. So all these different features, all these different things that you've never seen before and that were never possible previously, they are now available to you. So again, this allows games that had existed to maybe get remasters or remakes or sequels. Try them again, right? Try them in a new audience, a new group on a new system, and see if people people are willing to do it, right? If people are willing to buy it. So you really do give a clean slate to, in my opinion, I really do believe this, to almost every kind of game, every game imaginable. You give clean slates to most of them when you jump to next gen. And Gravity Rush truly, I think, is one of those where it is an established franchise. It's a franchise that's linked to PlayStation, and obviously they have that kind of supporting power behind them, and that's definitely a good thing to have, right, to kind of push it. And then you have the fact that, you know, the director did say, like, it would be possible. In fact, it would only be possible on next gen. I don't know if that's actually true. I think you easily could have done another game on the PS4. The games, you know, they're very beautiful, and the physics of them are very, very cool, but I don't think, like, current gen, I don't think, like, PS4 was holding Gravity Rush 2 or would hold the Gravity Rush 3 back. You know what I mean? I think it ultimately comes down to we need to have these games, because, you know, if you're going to keep going with these games, they have to sell well, and hopefully, and I would just imagine that considering the first game came out on Vita, and then there was the remaster, I mean, one did technically come to the PS4, and then Gravity Rush 2 came to the PS4, I would imagine Gravity Rush 2 sold more than one, but still, what does more mean? Because how many people need to buy a Vita game for it to be successful, right? We just don't know the numbers. So you also have to think that who really ends things on a 2, Gravity Rush 2, why would you end it on a second game? You have to imagine that at least a trilogy would be in the cards, that you would have something in mind to do that. So I think it's very possible. I do think that you don't just leave it. I also think that, well, obviously based off of the ending of Gravity Rush 2, I mean, they left it open. Like, they could totally 100% make a third. So I think everything is there to make a third Gravity Rush game. It makes total sense. It's just, do the sales, can the sales support it? I think with the PS5, again, you give it a brand new chance, and you have some new people that can maybe get it. You have the people, ideally, you would have all the people that got the second game, they would be signed on to get the third game, right? If you could do that, which obviously you can't, but if you can imagine that, and then you need some new people, right? And again, maybe next gen. If the game comes out early, by the way, if it comes out early in the generation cycle, it's got less games to compete with. You're going to get the PS5 and you're going to say, man, or maybe even just PlayStation exclusives, right? You're going to say, wow, like, what is there to play? Like, oh, the next Uncharted is a year away, and God of War is this far away, and Spider-Man. You know what I mean? You go through the games and you're like, well, Gravity Rush 3 is out, and I heard good things about the other ones. I never played them. There's not really that much else to play on the PS5 right now. Obviously, there's backwards compatibility and all that stuff, but you know what I mean? That can get new people in. So the earlier, the better, honestly, because that's when you have people that are, I think, more willing to do something like that. So I think it's definitely possible. I really hope for it. It's definitely a game, like, on my wish list that, like, okay, the day we see Gravity Rush 3 is the day that I get very, very excited, because it is a franchise that's pretty darn important to me. Again, I really, really love the second game, and I think we all kind of deserve to be, especially the people that have supported this franchise, we definitely deserve a third game to kind of finish it off if they want to even do that. So guys, let me know what you think in the comments below. Do you think Gravity Rush 3 is possible? Do you think it could come with the PS5? Not necessarily as a launch game, but just in general on the PS5. Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. Make sure, as always, you guys are subscribed to this YouTube channel. Have the bell icon turned on so you know when all these videos go up. And I do a new video on this channel every single day, so you can always expect a new video on the next day, okay? Thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you on tomorrow's video.